My first thing, and I think everybody hates this, so everyone's going to be like, yes, preach, papa, preach to us.
Things we don't like.
No, and you're going to be like, yeah, no, I definitely hate that. You do not get to purchase a full game anymore.
Okay.
Almost every goddamn game you buy is incomplete. And sometimes they're goodwill enough to give you the rest of it for free. Most of the time, they charge you another $30. DLC aggravates me.
It aggravates you.
To a certain extent. So, like, okay, for instance, one that doesn't, Spider-Man. I know you haven't played that new game, but the new Spider-Man for PS4, absolutely baller. You get a full game from that Spider-Man game, and then they're like, hey, we made some extra stories. Would you like to play those? For sure. But Kingdom Hearts 3, I waited 13 years, and it's an absolute disappointment. I'm looking at you, Square Enix. You don't even get a whole game. It's super empty. They took out the Coliseum. They took out, like, literally every extra fun thing that was in every game, and they're like, here, now you can make food with the rat. No tournaments, but rat food.
You can collect the stickers.
Yeah, like, I don't care, man. I want
photos.
I want to fight in tournaments. I want to do all the fun stuff. Why are you killing me here? Then they were like, oh, here's this game that has like nothing in it and is really empty, and you beat it in 6 hours and you're really sad.
I still haven't beaten that
game.
I
know, because you just like didn't want to play it anymore.
I have picked it back up.
Times have I replayed Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And I've beaten them to death.
So much to death.
Like the last one.
In the remake, I think that you got it so that your dude had a crown
or
something
I
because
did
he had beaten
hardest mode,
the Hades
every
Cup.
challenge, everything, found every damn thing, collected everything, crafted everything, 100% of that game.
He was competing with one of his other friends.
Oh yeah, but I have not picked up Kingdom Hearts 3 since I beat it the first time.
Really?
Not once. I haven't looked at it. But then they have the audacity to be like, oh, here's a $30 DLC so you can actually find out what happens to like the people after the end of the game. And I'm like, are you kidding? $30? I'm not paying.
That's one of the reasons that I like Resident Evil as a franchise, because when they did that shit with 7, they were like, oh, we really gotta, okay, here you go. They put out a DLC for free.
Right.
That was the rest of the game.
And some of them are good enough to do that.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry.
It's a here you go. Here's an ending.
Right.
Sometimes they'll withhold it behind some kind of paywall. Mm-hmm. You want the real ending. And there are some games that do that.
Right.
But I didn't really want to get into that kind of negativity.
I feel like if we can't just ignore the bad, Matt. Yin and yang, my man.
Okay.
You gotta talk about both things. So the next thing I'm gonna hit, which I know everybody loves, microtransactions, which is just basically internet gambling for teenagers.
But that's not something that we had before. And
it's not.
And so
we also used to get full games when we paid for them.
But so a lot of people would think, oh, this is a good thing, and that's how it was snuck in there to us. But it's a good thing. You can get this extra thing. You can get that extra thing.
You know what the thing
instead
was?
of us just giving them to you because you play
or you earn them. But like the thing here was, I like the way that you're looking at it, but the way that everybody else looks at it is, oh, I can pay to win at this game. Because like for instance, like some of I
don't have to get good.
Exactly. So like Fortnite, most of that stuff when you could like buy the loot boxes and put in V-Bucks and stuff, that was all cosmetic shit. Mm-hmm. It was nothing affected the game. Star Wars Battlefront 2, microtransactions, yada yada yada. Even when they did, like, you could buy crates basically, and crates would give you like upgraded star cards, which was your like abilities. So people who had just bought the game could spend like an extra $30 and maybe pull enough bullshit to get like a hero fully maxed out or a class fully maxed out, right? Last thing I want to talk about too in that realm, because I really only have this one more thing, is paying for characters.
I feel like that comes close to the whole microtransaction
Well, it
thing.
does in a sense, but like if it's maybe like, let's say the character is just like a cosmetic skin. So like for instance, Shadow of War, which is the Lord of the Rings game where you play as Talion and you can take over orcs and, you know, attack fortresses and stuff, yada yada yada.
Could also use Smite as an example.
Smite is a good, well, yeah, I mean, Smite is a good one, but you can get most of that stuff with in-game currency by playing. But like for instance, you could get these extra skins by buying a DLC that also included game content. But like Fortnite, people will like get these rare skins buying like a season pass to play through the ranks to get everything, and then people will pay them money for those skins. Games before, you never had to pay for a character. You had to do some dumb thing to unlock them, or some stupidly hard thing to unlock them. Like remember all the secret characters in Mortal Kombat?